I'm gonna save the song for you, and then just get the jingles. Hi, everybody. I think we're starting. Here we are. Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome. Ooh, this snuck up on us today, but welcome. We're just kind of finishing up live here in the studio, so give everybody just a minute to get signed on. And let us know where you're watching from. We always love knowing where you're watching from. And we're here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, where we have called home for, 12 years now, right?
I thought it was moving that closer. I'm so sorry. We have. Yes. Okay.
Well, welcome. Hi. It is Sandi, Don, a.k.a. Sunsets with Dan and Cindi. I'm Sandi Patty. You can find me on Instagram at Sandi Patty P. Also right here on Facebook, Sandi Patty. And I have a YouTube channel as well that will be posting some oldies and some goodies on the YouTube channel. We'd like for you to hit subscribe because that just lets people on YouTube know that's some fun stuff happen. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to enter anything. And while we're interacting here live on Facebook, you can also just scroll right down and you see the word share. Hit that word and it will alert all the people who follow you that they can join in on Dan and Cindi Live tonight. Where can we find you?
Thank you, Cindy. You can find us Don Peslis, Donpeslis. That's on Facebook and Instagram. And we've had tons of things. This past week has been a really crazy, from cruises to grandkids to Gaither. You've had it all.
Yes,
so
indeed.
Lots of different, you're probably going, what in the world are these people doing? Welcome to our world. Welcome to, that's it. That's how it goes. You never know where we're going to be, but check Facebook, Instagram. You'll always try to have a post that will be positive to let you know. And again, Dan and Cindi, we know we're Don and Sandi.
We know full well we haven't gotten quite that all old, but we have had fun with something we learned from the Old Farmer's Almanac, which you'll have your segment in a little bit, that in 2020 the buzzword was pre-tirees. And so we just have been having fun with our pre-tiree names, Dan and Cindi.
And we'd still love for you to let us know. Again, we finally met on the cruise someone named Dot. We actually did meet a real live Dot.
Skip and Dot.
Let us know your pre-tiree names in the comments as you're letting us know where you are. We love to watch after. We do it watch every week, the show afterwards, where you're tuning in from. And give us your pre-tiree names. Well, we've got a really big show tonight.
Yes.
Again.
And who said that?
I'm going to ask you guys to identify who said.
And he also did this a little bit.
We've got a really big show tonight.
Yeah, the Beatles was their first American television.
That's right. But we're also saying. All right. And
who do we thank for our jingles?
We're going to thank Todd, our dear friend Todd Hart in Las Vegas. Those are the voices of Las Vegas. And Todd, if you're watching, we want to thank you so much. We need a new one. We've got a Sandi song. Every week we've got features. And in this, we've got features for Almanac. Okay, listen, we've got Tech Tip. We've got special guests.
We got to use that one for Bill Gaither a couple weeks ago.
Todd Hart, we're giving you...
Nice.
But we've got a Sandi song that we need. Okay, and every week one of our new features, again, tell them it spells pie.
Pie, practical, inspirational, and educational.
We've got the Canizo moment, the Almanac moment, the Crossings moment, and we're adding the Sandi song. And they're just, you know what, the discography, it's a great word, is just fantastic. And we've got a song tonight that really... So Todd, if you're watching, it's a Sandi song. We need a new one.
I got an idea. I'll play for him here in just a second when we get to that segment.
All right. Well, let's go. We've got social media.
Week in review.
Okay. Do we want to talk about...
Week in review.
Yeah, I know.
We don't have a jingle.
We need another one. Week in review. and Sandy's song. We can review Sandy's song. Do you want to hit dates yet? Let's
Yes,
tell them
actually, we do want to share with you something coming up, and then we'll talk about Week in Review. We're doing a show in Branson, Missouri to kick off Praise Fest Branson. So Don and I, along with Jay and Amy Rouse, will be there.
Yes.
What is the date?
The date is March
14th
in the evening, Branson, Missouri.
And you know who's going to be with us that night?
Tell them, Cindi.
So, a group called Canaan's Voice.
Oh.
Do you know Canaan's Voice? If you don't know Canaan's Voice, just let me tell you that one of the all-time future All-Stars. She's so young.
Yes.
It's like future Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Like when they talk about a player.
Yes.
Future Hall of Fame singer.
Yes.
Taranda Green.
And wait, there's more.
Bean. Okay, so
And not only Taranda.
it's Taranda Bean.
Yes. Tell them
Jody McBrayer, who used to be in Avalon.
I mean, just literally one
Now
of the
they're in a group called Canaan's Voice.
clearest, cleanest, highest,
I can't
high
even.
tenor, kind of Vince Gill, but high.
I can't.
He's an
I
alto.
just can't.
He's an
so
alto.
we get to
He's not a
share
tenor.
the
Yes.
opening night. You can just go. We'll post this link probably tomorrow. Thomas is unavailable today.
Right.
He had a family commitment, but we can still give a shout out
Let's.
to Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank
Thomas,
you, Thomas.
the tech guy,
Tech wizard.
tech wizard. We need like a cool name for Thomas. So.
Yeah, maybe a third.
Techie
jingle.
Thomas.
Techie Thomas.
I don't know. That sounds like he's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Thomas the Train.
Praise Fest Branson, but we'll have Thomas post that link.
Yes.
It is the start of an incredible week. It's the start of the Branson season, and we're so excited to get to kick that off. So March 14th in Branson.
Come on.
Come see us.
Get that
We're
buffet. Get in the
so
buffet line. Come on.
excited. We had a great cruise, right?
Well, again, we want to give. When it's coming, we need to do this because we have to say thank you to Family Life.
Yes.
Since 1976, they were formed. We got a little bit of the history and got to be with this wonderful organization and their Love Like You Mean It cruise 2022. And you saw a lot of that. We posted the video. We did a Dan and Cindi live. But the people there are just fantastic. The staff and Blended and Blessed. Tell them a little bit about
we
that.
were able to speak to a lot of the families. We had a session where a breakout session, and we got to talk about blended families.
Rather than singing, we talked.
We got to talk, and you know what? We were hoping. You know, we were trying to keep our expectations low.
Yes.
We were hoping maybe 5 couples would show up.
Right.
And we thought we're
12 had registered.
12 had registered, so we were one's gonna forget. So the room was full. It was socially distanced packed.
Yes.
You guys, and there were couples there who are in the blender.
And
Do you know what? There were some grandparents there.
Yes.
Who said our daughter or our son just married someone with other kids, and we don't know what's our role. So we have just been so grateful to Family Life and Blended and Blessed. Ron and Nan Deal for being so gracious to us.
I think you just gave them.
I gave them
because they are the leading blended family advocates in the U.S. So look up Family Life.
Yeah.
Look up Blended and Blessed.
We'll try to post some of these.
Ron,
links.
Deal, and Nan. And they've invited us to be a part of that. And so I think there'll be more. We've been together 27 years. This lady to my left has put up with me. And she deserves a medal for that. But you know what? It's been in the blender.
It has been.
So long that as we took life in the blender, we were looking up, trying to say, well, what's the chop cycle? What's this? Guess what? It's called life in the food processor.
You can't find blenders anymore. What?
Whatever happened to the blender? But anyway, we may add that, Todd Hart, another blender moment. It's a blender moment because blended families, there's not a lot of materials out there. And we really, our first book, Life in the Blender, written in 06 by Sandi, is really kind of the first 10 years of our marriage.
Yep.
Here's the things we did wrong. We learned.
So much.
And it's honest, it's real.
Yeah.
And look that up, Life in the Blender with Sandi Patty. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. What else this
Well,
week?
you go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've got to. You know what? I think this is. It is.
Yes, it
We'd
is.
like to welcome to Dan and Cindy to our tribe, officially to the world out there. All of you Dan and Cindy viewers, 50,000, 70,000 strong. Welcome, August, Henry, Gerald, born the 17th, 8 pounds, 21 inches, to Will and Allie, my middle daughter, Allie Gerald, a healthy, bouncing baby boy.
Yeah.
And they're going to call him
Gus.
That's it. So let's all get on the Gus.
The Gus bus. Exactly.
But he's doing great. He's got dark hair. So Allie's dark-headed like her daddy, but she's had a blonde little girl, Nora, who's nearly 2 now. Mm-hmm. I wish we could play for you. Maybe I can find the video of Nora saying Gus.
Can you?
Can I
don't know.
Can
Maybe.
I find that?
We'll see.
Let's see. If
We're live, so why not?
And this is
There it is.
This is Nora saying. You'll have to watch this. Okay, watch this as it's coming in here.
Is it gonna work?
It's going to work. Give it just a second. We'll kind of give you a little backstory. This is the granddaughter Nora, and we don't have much video in here.
Can you say Gus?
Let's do that again.
I just want to put it on a loop.
Okay, so let's. This is little Nora, and that's her little brother. She's a big sister now. This is Eleanor Michelle. It's coming in, but I have to be ready to go quick to the microphone. And her mommy, Allie, Alyssa, was saying, could Nora say Gus? So be ready for it. This is a big shout out again. Big premiere of Nora.
Our Wi-Fi is there.
It's okay, yes.
Can you say Gus?
I'm sorry. We are solving those grandparents right now.
Oh,
and here's some more slides from our vacation.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
Oh.
Okay, well, that was, you know what, we'll just have to go. That was a clearly. But
Yeah.
what a week.
What a week. Okay, I'm
And then
jumping
last
in.
night-
I'm telling.
Okay.
Okay, so last night, our dear friends, the Gaither Vocal Band, they were at Crossings. So many of you tuned in when we interviewed Bill, and he actually asked me last night, he goes, how'd I do? Did everybody like,
70,000 plus of you have
I
watched.
know. And he just, you know what? He's just the real deal.
He's the maestro.
The vocal band, the Gaither Vocal Band, I was on the road with them, singing We Shall Behold Him, all of those nights.
Oh, we got the story.
When Bill said, hey, let's the 4 of us guys, let's just sing a quartet number. So I was there kind of when the vocal band was born, and people went nuts. So now here, these many years later, 30 years later?
Yes.
The vocal band is going strong, and Bill is just like a proud daddy. Okay, let me give you a little backstory. Most any male singer loves the Gaither Vocal Band.
In gospel music, let's say that.
Don loves the Gaither Vocal Band. Loves them, and rightly so.
Rightly so. They just do it
They're
so well.
So good.
It's not cheesy. It's just fantastic. Great
So
part.
I think I can tell this, that Don actually had an audition with the vocal band.
I did.
He came in and sang, and they wanted to go older.
They went with
Jim Murray.
Thanks, Jim Murray, if you're watching. Thank you so much.
Right. But, so that's always been like a little bit maybe on a bucket list. In fact, every once in a while, Don will say, I love you, baby. I love you so much. I would never, ever, ever leave you unless Bill Gaither called and wanted me to sing with the vocal band. So that's been established very clear. Okay, so last night, the second half, Bill first said, hey, Jay and Amy were there, me and Don. They said, hey, come sit up on the stage with us, kind of like homecoming thing. I was like, okay, we can do that. And then Lady Love Long Smith, who's married to Reggie Smith, who's in the vocal band.
Reggie.
And she's a longtime friend of ours.
Yes.
She kept saying, hey, sing on this song, sing on this. So then they handed us mics. Mm-hmm. And then they got to the ending song, which is I then shall live.
Yes.
Bill turned around and said these words, Don, come on up here.
Here's the motion.
It's this. Sometimes he'll go, oh wait, I didn't mean that. And he'll go like that.
But I got the...
And you go, and I was sitting, we were sitting together and I was like, did he mean Don or did he mean Jake, who travels with them? And so Jake got up, and then and Bill turned around again and said, Don, come on up here.
Well, yeah.
So the first part of I Then Shall Live, Don was in center stage with the vocal band. And I had to keep my composure. I was so happy for him. Like I just knew what that moment meant for him.
Bill, he drugged me dead center.
He did, and you kept backing up.
I back up
and Reggie pull you back out, and you'd back up, and then Adam Crabb. Don, I was so proud of you in our home church.
Listen,
it was awesome.
All right, enough out there. Bucket list, and we're going to give.
It was so awesome. I'm going to post a picture of it.
Well, look up the Gaither Vocal Band. If you love great 4-part harmony, they are singing right now. You've got Reggie Smith, you've got Wes Hampton, you've got Adam Crabb, and Todd, their baritone bass. He's just fantastic. And Bill Adden, I just think it's the best vocal band they've ever had.
It's unbelievable.
And they're singing great. They're having fun. And if they're in a city near you, coming to concert, do yourself a favor. It's 3 hours went by like that.
And Bill tells his stories the only way Bill can tell stories.
He is having a blast.
Oh.
And this gal sang, he touched me, and then took the verse with 2 or 3 modulations at least, and Because He Lives. But it was just a great night of singing.
It was just so cool. So now I think, like, you're here. You're with me forever, right? Bill called. You got to do it.
We checked the box. But Bill and Gloria, if you're watching, you just have to know that for us. And I listened to, we got to stand and talk to him about an hour afterwards. And Bill loves the NBA. But it came clear to me last night, he was reminiscent of Coach John Wooden. Because he talked about the vocal band. Back at that vocal band she was talking about was Steve Green and Gary McSpadden,
John Moore,
and Bill. And that was the first one. But he's had team after team after team. Larnell Harris, Michael English, Gary McSpadden, David Phelps.
Terry Franklin.
Andrus Blackwood and Company. The list.
Blackwood.
The list of who's who in that vocal band in gospel music is unparalleled. And Bill, it hit me. Russ Taff. Bill's been like the NBA coach, putting the team together. And it really hit me last night just listening to him. But what a great thing.
I know.
Bill,
we could go on.
We love you.
We love
Gloria,
you so much.
We love you so much.
And Kevin Williams, if you're watching, because you told me today that you do, hi, have a great show tonight in Midland, Texas.
And your shtick is unbelievable.
Kevin Williams.
Well, we're going to give you Kevin. You just got another.
It's a shout out.
There
Kevin Williams.
All right, let's go. It's time for.
Hold on, I got to find it. Okay.
It's an almanac moment. We did.
There we go.
Since 1792, it's been your friend, and we're already 18 minutes in. We got to get on the high speed.
We got to get it on.
Here. But welcome, folks, to February 20 since 1792. Let the weather nerds out there unite. Let me know. We found out last night, a little sidebar, Bill Gaither always has on what channel?
The Weather Channel.
Thank you.
If they have to go somewhere, they record it.
Thank you. The Weather Channel is great company. Good to know.
Good music.
I just gave a shout out to the Weather Channel, but let's hit them again.
It's a shout out.
Love it. And we downloaded Friendly, the whole download Friendly channel just for the Weather Channel.
Yes, we did.
Okay. All right. Welcome to
the 19th day, Dan.
No. This is not the 19th day.
It's February 19th.
Darling, it is the 19th. It is the 50th day of the year. 50, big 50. Sunrise this morning was a 6:35 Eastern time. Again, Boston time. Around 6 o'clock here, sunset in the good old OKC. 10 hours, 47 minutes of sunshine.
Yes.
Working our way 10 hours at the start of February. We're going to be over 11 hours as we make our way to that spring and summer equinox when we have the days are longer. But listen, winter, you know what? It's really interesting. Lots of February snow helps the May and June flowers grow. There's one of your little almanac moments.
Say that one more time.
Lots of February snow helps the April and May flowers grow. Okay?
Because I always know April showers bring May flowers.
Yes, but the February
But it really starts
snow,
in February.
Thank you. And so there are lots of things in this almanac, your almanac moment since 1792. Keep buying it. It's strong. And
It's an almanac moment with Dan.
all right.
Hey!
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Well,
our new segment, or
yes.
kind of new segment.
Yes.
So actually, it's sad. Sorry. It's Sandy's song.
Oh, I like that. Okay, Todd.
There
Todd,
you go,
got
Todd. It's Sandy's song. So there you go.
Put a little 7 in it.
All right?
Okay, sorry.
So we've been talking this week just about God's faithfulness and giving you the desires of your heart when you thought, just like you getting to sing with the vocal band last night and celebrating number 10 grandchild and
Gus.
jobs for
Gus.
some of their kids and promotions and just so many things. And so you said to me, what's the name of that, that
Well,
song? And
I
let me
know the
just-
name of the song. This is one of my absolute favorite Sandy
I just
songs.
want to read you a little bit of the lyrics, and
Do that.
then you can
Do that.
play. I think I've got it set for the chorus.
Excellent.
It's called, You Have Been So Good. We'll have Thomas post that. When I think of where I've been, you take me back time and time again. I'm forgiven. All the heartache that I keep, still you hold me when I weep. The grace that I receive because you love me. You have been so good. You are ever faithful to me. Such blessings in my life. I ask myself if I could ever thank you like I could. In my darkest hours, love's amazing power rescues me, oh my Lord. Let me say it like I should. You are ever faithful. You have been so good.
Here we go.
Fade. There you go.
Well, folks, I have to tell you, that is, well, you've got to add that in the concert, Sandy. I mean, you've
That
got, and I
is-
love Sparrow. Let's just talk a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk nuts and bolts here just a second. When you guys come to a concert, the Nestor's concerts now, we really lead up to her testimony. I sing because I'm happy. There's his eyes on the sparrow. But this, if we had a testimony, a couple songs now, this is definitely one of them.
Definitely.
And I've got a scripture for us tonight that will correlate so beautifully with this. I found last week before the cruise, a psalm that exploded
Perfect.
onto our landscape of our lives, but really encompasses God's goodness.
Why don't you go ahead and share Canizo, and then we'll dive into Crossings.
Well, the Canizo moment, really, again, that song, before we leave, You Have Been So Good. That's off of Artist, I believe. No, that's not. Is it Artist? Yes. Artist of My Soul, released by Sandi in the 90s.
You know what? I think it's actually Take Hold of Christ.
That is,
It's Take Hold of Christ.
Take Hold of Christ, released in the 90s. You Have Been So Good. If you want, we'll post that again with the next couple days. But our Canizo moment, again, CONIZO.com. That's the intersection of wisdom and hope. Our friends launching this new endeavor. And we really, last week, many of you have been tuning in to about Wednesday. I will post a Canizo blog, kind of a vlog. It really is a video blog.
VLOG, yeah.
But this week, we focused on the benefits of R&R. And last week, the week before the cruise, we're having a grandbaby come in. We're gearing up for Easter. Honestly, the last thing that this lady and I wanted to do, we felt like we can't do this. We're too busy. That should have been the exact sign that we needed to get on that boat. Because we slowed down. Because we didn't have to run the cruise. We weren't necessarily in charge. We had more free time. And we decelerated beautifully. And there are real benefits to not just getting away on the vacation on a boat for R&R, but to do something for yourself. Lowers blood pressure, increases cardiovascular output, de-stresses your life, helps with a positive outcome, helps you sleep better, eat better, and overall wellness. A little bit of daily R&R, their benefits. So catch my blog last week on Instagram, Don Peslis. But we really wanted to say thank you again to Family Life and to Canizo for taking time to get some R&R. Put that in your daily schedule. It's so good for you.
Yeah. We always want to remind you, you're welcome at Crossings anytime, in any season of your life. Crossings Community Church is where Don and I have the privilege to be on staff. You can join us in person if you're in the Oklahoma City area at 8:30 in the chapel or 9:30 and 11 in the sanctuary. But you can also join us online at 9:30 and 11 Central Time, crossings.church. Tomorrow I have the privilege of serving in the sanctuary, so I will be online, and I get to lead one of my favorite songs. What a beautiful name it is. It's a great Travis Cottrell arrangement, and we're going to have a little church, I believe. So join us. If you join us online, be sure to take a moment to sign in. Nobody's going to come after you, I promise. But they just love to know where you're tuning in from. And always tell them Dan and Cindi sent you. That really gives them a little bit of a, they like figuring that out, scratching their head.
I love it. Calling it now at Crossings, the Dan and Cindi Factor.
But Crossings.church, 9:30, 11 Central Time.
Well, again, we're so grateful. And many of you have stopped by Crossings and are letting us know. And you're joining Crossings all over the world watching the services. We're just so very grateful for that, Marty and the staff. But we're in a great series of doing the next right thing. But in keeping, and really we're moving towards 2 weeks as Ash Wednesday on March 2nd. I wish there's a way for us to go live with that, but that will kick off our 40 days adventure, that we'll have 40 days of prayer and fasting leading up. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. But I found the scripture. This is from Psalm 56, and then Sandy's going to pray for us as we close out already it goes so quickly.
I know.
So quickly. But I love how you can read the scriptures every day of your life and something new can open up. And again, I want to really encourage you to pick up a copy of the Message. It's really a lovely, robust translation by the late Dr. Eugene Peterson, but it's so alive. This is Psalm 56, a Psalm of David, and it goes right along with Sandy's song. Starting verse 12 and 13, God, you did everything you promised, and I'm thanking you with all my heart. You pulled us from the brink of death, our feet from the cliff edge of doom. Now we stroll at leisure with God in the sunlit fields of life. Psalm 56, 12 and 13 in the Message. Find that. Underline it. If we had a testimony in verse. Thanks be to God
That
for
would
that.
be it. You know, as we just kind of come to a close, one of the things that our family has done for years, it began with my Aunt Faye, who lives right here in Oklahoma, lived in the Oklahoma area. She lived just outside of Oklahoma City, and she'd always say, hey, let's go to the city. What does it call it? Oklahoma City. But
Let's go to the city.
she was Altus and then Sentinel. And my middle name, I'm named after my great Aunt Faye. And when we would gather to eat at restaurants, she would simply ask the question, are we thankful? And then everyone would respond, yes, we are. Because what she knew was every moment, every conversation with kids or niece or nephew or grandparents or siblings is prayer. Is when we gather wherever we are, she knew that. So she would often just seal the moment by saying, are we thankful? And we would say, yes, you are. So as we seal our time together here this evening, I want you to remind everybody of the times, and then I'll say, are we thankful? And you type in, yes, we are. So tell us the times.
Again, Cindy, that's right. We're going to be here again, and pretty soon we're coming up on daylight savings time where we'll jump back to 7:30, but still it's 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. We found out 8:30 out in the Atlantic, way back in the Pacific, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but still in Australia.
Tomorrow. We love you all so much. Are we thankful?
Yes, we are. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Oh, I have to do it with that.